he guarded Dante, made Dante a passer. Then he's super aggressive as the ball comes loose. But he took a massive, massive hit to the shoulder. But now you're essentially playing 5-on-4. Good English there by Jaden.
Hawks get their first win of the season against the Detroit Pistons. But in the big picture, this Hawks team surging since February the 22nd. They've won 13 of their last 15. This the final play, just a little bit short by Durant. For Tim Legler and Katie George, I'm Mark Jones. Folks, thanks for watching. As we say so long from Detroit and send it off to the Rockets Timberwolves with Dave Pasch, Doris Burke, and George Sedano.
All right, Jonesy and Lex, thanks so much. Minnesota off to a great start, leading 12-4 over Houston. And with no Anthony Edwards, and Ayo Dosunmu, Doris has really stepped up during Edwards' absence. He's out too. First quarter, Minnesota leading by 2.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And in part by Target, where fresh finds are perfectly picked for you.
This is NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm, part of the playoff push, presented by Advil. Is checking out with a third member of our crew here in Minnesota, and George Sedano. With 2:33 to go in the first. No points, but his team is up 4 as these teams shoot a combined 30% in, let's just say, not an aesthetically pleasing offensive opening frame here in the Twin Cities.
Houston, both teams being physical. Nas a little bit upset, but let's just show you a little bit of Nas's work. He's got a little 2-on-1 opportunity. Julius gives it up early. That little ball fake to the dunk. And then Mike Conley, a little extra effort. Has a 3, but says, you know what? Dante's in the corner. There it is.
One of the stars for Minnesota the last 4 games without Anthony Edwards has been Bones Highland. His given name is Nishan, nicknamed Bones due to his slender frame. His idol was street ball legend Hot Sauce. He was drafted 26th overall in 2021 by Denver. Bounced around a little bit, but has seemingly found a home here in Minnesota. We had a great chat with him before. It'll be Minnesota ball when we come back. Houston trailing on the road by 3.
The NBA on ESPN, presented all season long by State Farm, is brought to you by Advil Liquid Gels. Targets pain caused by inflammation for fast and strong relief. And Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Blown, Windy, and Perk will have that and much more. 1-point game at halftime. Minnesota without Anthony Edwards, leading Houston by 1. Welcome back to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm, part of the playoff push presented by Advil. Big game in the standings between the Rockets and Wolves. They are tied with Denver, 4, 5, and 6 in the West. Our first half stats brought to you by Royal Caribbean. Both teams shoot under 40% from the floor. How about 15 total blocks? And the Wolves made the most of 9 Houston turnovers. Dave Pasch, Doris Burke, and George Sedano. We showed you that stat with the blocks. While the offense wasn't good, you got to give credit to 2 very good defenses.
It was physical. There was a lot of contact, and you were met with an awful lot of resistance inside the paint. Let's watch Alperen Şengün, who is challenged defensively, do a little help and recover. It looks like Rudy's got the angle. He does a nice job fighting his way back. Rudy returns the favor. That was close to a block. I mean, a goaltend, but Amen with a sensational challenge at the rim. And Rudy says twice on the pipes there. How about Houston was 9 for 23 in the paint?
Let's check in with George. Come back to Minnesota.
Şengün now with 16 points. He's coming off a triple-double. Just takes the pocket pass, attacks the rim. Good finish.
Welcome back to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. Here are Friday's women's Sweet 16 matchups on ESPN and the app. Notre Dame and Vanderbilt at 2:30. And the top seed UConn taking on North Carolina, followed by Minnesota against another #1 seed in UCLA. And the night finishes the 2-3 matchup in that region, Duke and LSU.
Let's just talk about the quote of the week from Shea Ralph. Of course, long time, the nickname on that one. But let's watch a little Jaden McDaniels. These are two good friends. Jaden getting a word from Ant. It's been a career year for Jaden. Ant saying, get busy, young fella, we need you. So get out and transition. Watch this finish. Bones Highland's little touch pass. And then Bones, we keep talking about it. Energy, positivity. A little three doesn't hurt on occasion either.
That was great.
Şengün might take a couple dribbles to get himself to the cup. He's coming off a game where he's 16 for 19. He's equally efficient going to work against Nas. And then Jabari, big answer.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And in part by Burger King, you rule.
Three-point range for Reed Sheppard, struggling mightily.
It's like, oh my goodness, I know what that looks and feels like.
Well, Luka Doncic making a late run for MVP, perhaps. He had another terrific game for the Lakers. You'll see highlights on SportsCenter, along with a preview of the Sweet 16 games. Houston head coach Kelvin Sampson stops by. And Major League Baseball opening night, Yankees-Giants, Nicole Briscoe standing by with SportsCenter on ESPN and the app.
It against guys where it looks like he's been fouled a couple times. That's a fadeaway. Stop it, Kevin Durant. Flings it across the floor to Julius, who makes the attack. Watch Şengün get up here and reject that, and that's his body's got no chance to recover because his legs go out from underneath him. Wow.
Well, they're going to have to tend to Şengün and also to the court with blood all over it right now. We've got overtime coming up next from Minnesota. The start of Kia overtime, and overtime has not been good to the Houston Rockets this year. A league worst 6 losses in overtime. Alperen Şengün hitting 10 with 5, guarded by Tate. Randall drives in the lane, stops, pops, hits. Minnesota takes the lead with 8.8 seconds left. 15 in a row for the Wolves.
I mean, that's back-to-back plays, one on the defensive end and then the bucket.